looked at the I fired up DoorDash to see if they had the Taco Bell pie listed in my area as being deliverable, just to see if like it was a regional thing or if it was nationwide. And I was poking around. It's not deliverable, unsurprisingly. So I closed the website and I closed the Taco Bell website. And then 2 minutes later, my phone is like, "Hey man, you still want that Taco Bell? I've got a free item for you now. If you want, you can get a Frank's Red Hot burrito. It's free on us." And I was like, "What are you doing? Shut up. Go away." I mean, yes, but no. Shut up.
Saw you were looking for that pie.
That's right.
Click on this link.
Something else you're interested in while you're browsing the store?
How much are you willing to pay?
That's right. How far are you willing to go for a key lime pie? Oh, man. All right. Are you ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to a brand new episode of That Video Game Podcast, aka TVGP. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me, as always, is the Nymph.
Hello.
Moon wasn't feeling well today, so he's taking a knee, getting some rest. Send all your good thoughts to him. Send your bad thoughts to whoever his enemy is. I don't know who that is. If he has a nemesis, just send your bad thoughts that way. Quick plug here for our Patreon page. This is a listener-supported show. So if you'd like to support us, you can do so over at e1m1.cash.
Ones are numbers.
$5 a month is a recommended one. That gets you everything. Anything above and beyond that is greatly appreciated. Got a lot to talk about today, so I'm just going to fly right through this. Early access, exclusive, uncensored, all that good stuff. Don't forget, if you're not yet a patron, next month we're going to have our yearly patron open house. We have 3 complete banger episodes for you that is going to be available publicly. So you don't even need to be following the page over at e1m1.cash for you to get those episodes. They'll be just publicly available for everybody. If you like what you hear over there, you can sign up to be a patron at that point. So again, all of that, e1m1.cash.
The ones are numbers.
Do have a brand new episode of Picking Up the Pixels RPG Love out right now in this very feed. You should go check that out. This is our last normal episode of the year for both PUP and for Game Club. We take December off, but we still have episodes coming out during then. For PUP, we have a retrospective of all the RPGs we played in 2025, and then a look forward to what games we're looking forward to in 2026. That turned out to be a way bigger list than we were expecting, especially of the things we were looking forward to in next year. That's shaping up to be a little bit better than I was expecting. So you can get that there this month and next month. And then for Game Club, we'll be doing our usual ranking for that over in December. So I'm mentioning this because for anybody that maybe is a new listener here, we're really starting to ramp up our production stuff here to kind of take the last 2 weeks of the year off. We'll have more details on that as we go forward. But that's we're into November now, so we gotta ramp up the production. So all of that is coming your way over the next 2 months. All right, Nymph, you're in the hot seat this week. What have you been playing this past week?
Let's loosen up the shoulders a little bit.
That's right.
Get the crick out of the neck.
That's right.
So, what I was going to talk about last week before I had to back out last minute, I have beaten The Evil Within.
Aha.
On October 30th.
Oh, there you go.
Managed to just squeeze that in there.
Right.
I beat the game on survival, which is the normal mode.
Okay.
And I beat it with a total time of 10 hours and 46 minutes, and I died a total number of 8 times.
Both of those are pretty good numbers. Can't be mad at those.
Yeah, not too bad at all. I really liked where the story went with this game. Surprisingly for me, because I am not a horror person at all.
Right. It got there in the end for you?
Yeah, there are some things that I had seen in this game that I could have gone fine without having to play through. That would have been
Sure.
great. Sure. So, without spoiling anything, there is a second Evil Within 2 game.
Right.
I am kind of really thinking that I want to start playing that before October of next year.
Okay. Can't wait a whole year for it.
Yeah, just because I want to see what happens now and where they took the game.
Right.
So I may starting next year, because not right now.
Right.
I got classes are starting to wrap up and it's stupid hectic right now. So I'm thinking maybe next year I may start The Evil Within 2 and then just figure out something else to play next year in October.
Right.
But what you get when you beat this game on survival difficulty is you unlock the Nightmare and the Classic mode, which the Classic mode is also called the Akuma mode.
Oh, interesting.
Don't know where that name comes from, but Akuma or Akumu mode is a one-hit kill against you mode.
Oh.
Yeah. I am not doing that.
No.
Like, my horror survival only got me to the end of this game. I do not need it to be more challenging. So.
Gosh.
But what I have additionally unlocked is I now have New Game Plus.
Okay.
Which the hardest difficulty that you beat it, and I think at the start the hardest difficulty is survival, the normal mode. I don't think there is a nightmare or anything else unlocked higher than that. So your New Game Plus, when you go and load that up, you can start any chapter.
Oh, okay.
It'll let you pick it, and you can switch it down to like easy mode. I think it is just called easy, or you can keep it on your current difficulty that you had beaten it on. So there is no, okay, I just beat this on normal. I have the Nightmare mode and the Akuma mode unlocked. Hello, kitty.
Shrimpy's making his debut. He woke up and he's very upset.
Wanting love. You cannot start a New Game Plus on the harder difficulties unless you have already beaten one of the harder difficulties.
Sure. That makes sense.
But you can lower down to whatever was below what you had beaten. So it's like, okay. All right, cool, there's that. I did unlock a bunch of stuff besides the chapter select, which is very helpful because there are a ton of achievements that are like, oh, do this in this level specifically kind of thing.
Oh, sure, right.
Which I did not do a lot of those. I didn't pay attention to the achievements at all. I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to get through this level and call it good. Like, I don't care. But I did unlock... Where's this at? Rocket launcher.
Oh, okay, dang, sure.
Yeah, a machine gun.
Great.
And when you start your New Game Plus run, you get 80,000 of the green gel, which is the level up stuff that allows you to upgrade things.
Okay.
So you get that boost as well.
Dang.
There is no infinite ammo for the stuff that you unlock, because I looked it up. You have to beat the classic mode, Kumu mode, and that unlocks infinite ammo.
Ugh.
So it's like, all right, that sucks. And reading more into it, everyone's like, yeah, the rocket launcher and the machine gun are cool, but they're not great because it's probably, it's very specific ammo for those two things, and they don't occur naturally within the game. You have to craft them. So it's like,
okay.
All right, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, it's been very interesting, to the point that I did kind of already start Evil Within 2, and I got just far enough where I could save. I was like, all right, I need to stop playing.
Yeah.
This is going to start causing problems. So
I'm happy that the game got there for you in the end, though, because I feel like through about half of this game, you're sort of like, it's okay, and it's weird, but I'm not sure if I'm loving it necessarily.
Which that is 100% on me, because the horror genre is not my genre at all.
Right.
But yeah, where this does eventually go, it's like, all right, cool. Very, very interesting story, especially as you start wrapping it up towards the end.
Right.
So, and the cliffhanger would have been great way back when, if it wasn't for the fact that Evil Within 2 is already here. So it's like, all right, cool. And now I know this is carrying on. So,
right.
So yes, if you have never played The Evil Within, I would suggest checking it out. It's a pretty decent horror game.
Nice.
And whether my opinion matters to you, because like I said, this is not my genre to play, so this may not be the right kind of horror for you people out there who love this kind of genre.
True.
But whatever. everyone, yeah, it's fun. Check it out. Plus, it's usually on sale. I got it for free on Epic, and I think I actually have the second one through PlayStation Plus. I think
Right,
it was
or
one
you
of the
have it
free
through
games at some
Prime
point.
Gaming, or it's
Yeah,
one of the free.
you've got one or the other one somewhere. I would
Right.
highly recommend just watching a sale and picking it up. It's fun.
Yeah.
So, my next game, this is going to be just a quick touch on, so you don't have to pull anything up for this.
Sure.
Ghost of Yotei.
Oh yeah.
I am 34 hours into this game, and I have finally killed my third Yotei.
Nice.
And it also, I have all the melee weapons. There's 5 melee weapons that you can pick up now. I finally have the 5th one, and I have finally picked up my, I guess like my sixth sense ability, where I can now
Ooh.
see enemies
Your
in the
Batman
area,
vision?
and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, I feel like this was something I was supposed to get several hours ago,
That's
but
right.
I've been so bouncing around everywhere
Right.
that it took a lot longer to get there. Because if you look at my map, everything is crossed off
Oh okay.
because I just go exploring. I'm like, oh hey, here's a fun little puzzle to go figure out to get to the shrine. Or here's this, fox or wolf that needs my help. Of course, I'm going to follow them. I recently discovered these puzzle boxes in the game where they're the
Ooh.
craftsman wooden boxes, so you have to figure out how to move and slide stuff to unlock the box,
Oh,
and it gives
that's
you a random
cool.
item inside of it.
That's
I'm like,
fun.
oh, I did not need to know. So I had 7 of those that I burned through.
There you go.
It was pretty fun and interesting. There was one that I was stuck on that I couldn't figure out how to do it, and then I did the next one after it. I'm like, oh, I bet you that's got a thing. And yep, and then I unlocked it. So I was like, all
That's
right, cool.
fun.
So this is pretty sweet. But yeah, it's just I am just still enjoying the experience. My personal painting collection is all over the place in your original family home,
Right.
and yeah, everything is maxed out and looking great. So my next quick thing to talk about, and this will also be really short, and then I have my last game, which will be a little bit longer. Update on the Duck Station.
Oh yeah,
Duck
yeah.
Station has Duck Station has cheats,
Oh, perfect.
and not just like generic cheats. Like, hey, we saw that you loaded this game. We have cheats specific for Parasite Eve.
Oh.
Do you want? And it calls stuff out by names. Do you want infinite PE energy? Do you want
I do.
always on ATB? Do
Thank
you
you for
want
asking,
infinite
yes.
health? Yeah.
I would love
I'm
all
like,
those. Oh my gosh, they're all
yeah,
on the menu.
yeah, and so my wife and I were looking through there, and we turned on for her infinite health and infinite PE energy.
Okay.
Because that's what she was like. The polar bears in Central Park were just wrecking shop for her.
Yep.
And she's like, I am wasting so much ammo on these stupid things. And I'm like, I think there was infinite health and PE energy. And so we put that on because she was also running out of room for inventory space because she had like all of her medics and revives and stuff. And I'm like, well, let's turn on infinite PE. So now you can get rid of all your medicine. And you can just heal yourself.
Right.
You won't have to worry about that. And I was like, infinite ammo, we don't really have to worry about because you're not that far away before you're gonna unlock energy shot, which doesn't use ammunition anyway.
Right.
So you can just sit there and spam energy shot the entire time. And yeah, now she's back to having a blast. And then I brought up, I was like, cool. Now you don't have to have me play the warehouse for you again. Because when she originally played it with me when we were first dating, she could not beat the crab in the warehouse. And
Understandably.
granted, it is stupid difficult.
Yep.
So I'm like, well, now you have infinite ammo or infinite health on, so now you can just sit there in the bubbles and just keep blowing it away until it finally dies. And now she is super looking forward to that.
I'm unstoppable.
To the point that she's like, how do I get to the warehouse? I want to do this now. I'm like, you haven't gotten far enough yet. It hasn't unlocked.
In time,
like,
young Padawan.
Yeah, give it a moment.
Yeah.
It does give a warning mentioning that some of the cheats can possibly break the game.
Sure.
And I was talking with my wife, and it's like the only thing I could think of is at the end of the game, spoilers if you care, there's the final boss is chasing you, and it's a one-touch death kind of thing.
Right.
And I'm like, that is the only thing that I could think of that may potentially brick the game with infinite health on.
Well, and you never know with some of these cheats too of like, well, I wanted to give myself the ultimate weapon early, and then when the game tries to give it to you later, it just crashes. One of those things.
Yeah.
You never know how that stuff can handle.
Yeah, and this does have a list of a bunch of stuff that you can activate. I didn't go through all of them, but just thinking with like the infinite health thing, like that was the only thing I could think of that would be an issue for that.
Yeah.
But we'll come to it if it becomes an issue. I've ran that map so many times, like I can do it half asleep and still be fine. So, Duck Station's still going on like a little trooper. My wife is super happy that cheats work. I may actually create an account because I just realized, like, oh yeah, they did achievements too for all their retro games. You just have to have an account and log into it. So I was like, I may turn those on and we'll see what those are. See if they've got personalized for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my last game is Deep Rock Galactic Survivors.
Oh, yeah. The old DRG Survivor.
Yeah, I figured this may or may not be a good handoff game. I did listen to you guys talk about it last week on the podcast. I have now unlocked the escort missions.
Yes. You are Buddy Bob, huh?
Yes, those are nice and simple, and I enjoy those. Because I was having issues with reading comprehension outside of work and school.
Okay, understandable.
Where for the normal, actually no, I think it was one of the excavator maps. One of the challenges that you had to clear, I read it as I had to get my scout to level 19.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, that's going to take a bit of grinding.
Mm-hmm.
Not a huge fan of the scout class. Whatever.
Sure.
I'll just keep running this. I have the scout now up to level 12, but I unlocked that little category thing, the challenge, and I'm like, wait, my scout's only level 12. It specifically said 19. How did I just unlock this? Because if I had read the stupid description, it says upgrade the Zukov Nuke 17 in brackets scout class, because that's where this weapon unlocks with, to level 19.
I can see, so for anyone that isn't playing it, the description, it says what he read, and then like after the weapon in square brackets it says scout in like blue or whatever. And then it'll say like do that during a run. I can definitely see how you would be confused about like, I'll just level up my scout to 19 and I'll unlock this, whatever. Because it's very much like level scout to 19. It's like, yeah, sure, man. Okay, sure. But I get it.
So now that I understand how to read and comprehend, I have another challenge for the scout as well, where I have to upgrade the M1000 Classic, which I think is the shotgun.
The M1000 is the sniper rifle. That like
is the that
like long.
It's
range.
A long arm of some sort. Yeah.
Yep.
I have to get that up to level 18, and that'll unlock the last challenge for one of the regular maps that I'm on right now. I did attempt to run Gate 1.
Yeah.
Gate 1 wrecked me hard.
Because it, for anyone that isn't playing, there's each set of levels has like 5 stages in it. So it'll be like, all right, you need to clear... Each of these 5 levels will have 3 challenges in them. Some of them are like, clear the challenge. Some of them are like, stand still for 30 seconds. Or mine 1,000 rock and stone during a run. Or something like that. It's all kind of like standard stuff. And when you clear X number of those challenges in that set of 5 levels, it could be like 15 or 20 or whatever, then the first gate will open. And the gate is gating you from the next set of 5 stages. It's the same set of 5 stages, but they're harder with multipliers, and they give you different rewards. But that's also gating you from the next hazard difficulty. And what the hazard is that's kind of your ratcheting up the difficulty of the game, and you're ratcheting up the gear level that's dropping for you. So maybe you're going through like hazard 1, it's like all the enemies are normal, all the rewards are normal, everything's the same, and maybe you're getting gear level that drops from like 12 to 14, and you unlock hazard 2, there are more enemies, they do more damage, and they have more health, and maybe you're now getting gear drops from like 20 to 22. So it's like this big jump in gear drops, but you do have to clear that hazard level at that gate for the very first time. And like I'm dealing with in the game as well, it's a big jump. Like you can get a really lucky run, or you can get like you have your really well upgraded character, or hopefully you have been investing in like the masteries and the meta progression and all that stuff that makes it a little bit easier. But at some point it's like, yeah, man, it's just going to be tough. You just have to finish a tough run.
Which I don't have an issue with, but as soon as I started the gate, it was like, hey, a swarm's coming. I'm like,
that happened to me too.
Chill.
I'm like, well, okay, it's been literally 5 seconds, but okay, let's do it, I guess. Sure. Jeez.
And that first swarm just wiped me.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's doing its job of gatekeeping me here.
Right. This gate needs business, all right.
Yeah. So then I go back and I'm like, all right, let me jump into this excavator mode that seems interesting. And like I mentioned earlier, at the time, I was having issues with reading comprehension
right.
and understanding things. And so the level starts, Bob gets dropped down.
Yep.
I'm like, cool. I see the ring around it.
Yep.
Like, all right, I must stand in here.
Yep. Just stand in the ring, keep the thing moving, yeah.
Stand in the ring and nothing happens. And I'm like,
right.
What is going on? So I start killing things. Like, okay, I see it has like a little meter on top. Like, maybe I have to start killing stuff. Start killing things. Nothing. And I'm like, what am I missing?
What do I do?
Why is this not moving? What turns out, what I later discover as I continued playing, was I am supposed to be mining oil.
Yep.
And it's a completely different icon for this mode. There were none of those icons around the starting area, so there wasn't any oil for me to see to mine. So I'm standing there like, everyone just said it just goes.
What do you want me to do?
Why no work?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense, because I think like my first run, I don't remember if like the overseer said, or like your foreman said something of like, collect the oil and get Bob moving.
Yeah, it mentioned something about oil, and for some reason my mind was just stuck on, oh, okay, maybe this is going to be like dropped from the dead bugs kind of thing.
Right.
No. Yeah, there's a new icon, which I now understand.
Yep.
And you go up, and I still think it's funny that you actually mine the oil with your axe, even though it's just a fluid liquid.
Yeah, it does like a tink, tink, tink noise.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you collect enough of it, and then you go stand in the ring, and then it starts to move.
Bob
It's like,
propels.
okay. Yes, I understand now.
The thing I really like about the escort mode as opposed to the elimination mode, which is the other one, is in elimination, the progress bar at the top of the screen progresses as time progresses. So it's continually marching. The thing I like about escort is that bar only progresses as you push Bob across the stage. So like you dictate how far and fast you want Bob to go, and like how much you want to take on at one point. It's like, you want to take on 3 waves at once? You can do that if you want. Just keep pushing Bob all the way to the end and just get messed up by a bunch of enemies. But if you want to do it one by one, you totally can. And I think that's super cool.
Yeah, it's a nice little breather. And I enjoy the chaos at the end when you're doing digging the Heartstone, I think it's called. Yeah.
Those bugs
because it'll just sit there. Yeah. It'll sit there and run. You still have to be within the circle. I think the circle actually gets a little wider.
It seems pretty big,
Not by a ton, but at least a little more. And it'll progress, so you're sitting there taking out waves of bugs that are coming at you, and then all of a sudden it'll just stop because these tentacles have popped up and they're shooting laser beams at
it spawned beamers. Get them.
Yeah. So now you got to run over there and you got to take those out, and there's usually like 2 or 3 in the stages that I'm doing. And so then I have to be like, okay, where's the beam? I see the beam. All right, let's follow the beam. There's the thing. Let me kill that while I'm taking care of all the swarm. And then, I blow up the heart thing. I go and grab the item. and then some giant thing comes up. Well, actually, no, this wasn't the giant thing. This was I had a ton of those ones that explode, suicide
Yeah.
themselves. They all surrounded me. So I grabbed the thing, and then it was just a wave of explosions going out from one of those things detonating, and I
Yep.
died on my first run. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
That happened.
Yeah. So then I run it again. It's like, all right, cool. This is just a quick warm up.
Yeah, and it's only I don't think we've mentioned it for a while. Elimination mode is 5 floors, and escort mode is only 3. So it's like a much faster, much snappier sort of thing.
Yep. And I have started playing with elements now because they've started appearing more often. There was, I think the first element I kind of messed around with was electric because I unlocked, I don't remember the name of the weapon, but they look like claymores that are floating around.
Yeah, the
And
drones.
they were shooting out electricity. Yeah. So I was like, all right, that's cool. And then I started having my gun shoot electricity, and it looked like using electricity. The damage was kind of bouncing, like the electric current was kind of bouncing
Yeah, it's like
amongst everything.
chain lightning almost.
Yeah, so I was like,
Yeah.
all right, that's pretty cool. Then I started messing with fire a little bit more, and that was pretty sweet having everything shoot fire and then having like the damage stack up because the thing's on fire, so now it's taking fire damage.
Yep.
So, all right. Obviously, we all know that I ran into plasma and that turned into a weird electric forest show. And then I started messing with cryo, the cold status.
The true secret best element in this game.
Dude, yeah. Did you know that you can freeze things and walk into them and not take damage?
Yep. It's so
That's pretty
overpowered.
awesome.
It's so great.
So
Yeah.
I discovered that because even on the bigger bosses, like some of the dreads, it won't stop them. But for like a second or two, it will slow them down, and then they go
Yeah.
back to having normal status.
Yep.
And sometimes that second or two has been just enough
As
to
you're
stop them, like-
sprinting away.
yeah, because there's the one dread that it does the attack once you get its health low enough that it builds up the walls, like it shoots out a line of the walls.
Yeah, it shoots out like a V shape of like mineable walls, and it's like, please no. I know you're gonna jump on
and then
me.
it charges, yeah, and then it jumps or charges the area, and you're stuck
Yep.
if you can't mine out fast enough, and they have a higher durability than normal walls.
Yep.
So I happened to get him to freeze just as he was starting to do that attack. So the walls started to pop up, and I had just enough time to get on the other side of it as they just skittered across the rest of the way. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Oh, that's so
'Cause
good.
I had no health that run either,
Yeah.
so this has been pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
Still, it's been. I can tell you, it's been a great shut your brain off and play.
Yep.
If you didn't hear my earlier statements about reading comprehension
That's right.
issues, so
Well, and now you know you can just switch that brain right back off.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I've been doing is just running around. Like I said, this week was when I was doing the whole thing with the scout and trying to figure out the level 19 thing, and then realizing it was weapon related. So I was like, all right, cool. Now that I know that, I will go back and I will do another run, and I'll try to grab that M1000 rifle or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and try to get that up to 18. And I feel like I'm still at that edge where I'm not doing tons of damage to like the mobs, but I'm doing just enough that it's like I feel like I'm right on the edge where I just need that one more thing.
Yeah, to like be
And then I'll just
real
start
overpowered.
Yeah, and then I'll just start wiping everything out.
Right.
So, excuse me. So yeah, and I'm trying to think too. Is there anything when you guys level up? Is there anything that you guys always go for if you ever see it?
So here's what's interesting because Moon and I were talking about that recently. I don't know if we talked about this last week or not. I think we might have. But I was kind of going for whatever, to be honest, of like, this seems good because
Yeah.
again, for people that haven't played it, every 6 levels weapons level up to a maximum of I haven't found the maximum, but at every 6 levels, so 6, 12, and 18, you can pick what the game calls an overclock, and it modifies the weapon in kind of a major way. So like maybe the gun will get double the clip size, but it will reload 25% slower, or we've talked about the turrets. The turrets will get treads on them, and they'll follow you
Yeah.
around, or they'll mine the walls, so their bullets will mine the walls for you. Or like in the drones, especially like the freezing drones, you'll get 3 more of them, but the radius closes in, so they're right on top of you. Or like you get more drones, but they explode when they're done instead of coming back.
Yeah,
to
I've
you.
actually had that happen with one of the guns. It's like every time you reload it, it sends out
Yes.
an explosion. I'm like, oh,
Right.
that's actually been kind of helpful a couple of times.
So the thing that Moon mentioned that I hadn't really put together myself, but I think it's a really good piece of advice is try to get a reward that you can't get in the shop. Like
Oh, yep.
it's not a legendary drop or whatever. So for example, with the Tesla towers, those are the ones that you plop down a bunch and they have a lightning chain that connects them.
Mhm.
There's, if you get like 2 choices between when you do an overclock, one is like it reloads 50% faster, which is a lot. You can find that as a legendary upgrade, or you can find that over like 3 or 4 reload speed upgrades. That doesn't make sense when the other one is the towers now collect XP for you. It's like, okay, I'm not going to get that anywhere else. I'm definitely, that one's really great, so it's maybe like not
Okay.
the best choice, or maybe not the best example, but I can't get that
With
elsewhere.
something like the treads for the turrets as well. Like that's not
Exactly.
a random pickup
Yeah,
thing from
like-
what I was seeing.
Like you can get the example he was giving me, because I had 2 options, and he said when I was streaming, he said, "Oh, I should have picked the other one." The one I picked on the flamethrower turrets was +1 beams, because that doubles your DPS by adding another beam. And he said you can get that as a legendary upgrade. So like you shouldn't have picked that one over whatever the other one is. I don't remember what it is, because that
Well,
one
let me
you
tell you
can't
how you're
find in
playing
the
this
store.
game wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But like his advice was good though, of like you shouldn't
Yeah.
pick the thing you can get out of the store or get from like a boss chest or a loot snail chest, because you can find those, but you can't find the other one. And I was like, all right, that's a good piece of advice. So that's
Gotcha.
what I kind of try and think as I get more experience in the game, of like at some point you kind of don't know what you don't know, of like these 2 seem great, but I don't know where I'm going to find. I don't know if I can find either one of these in the store. Who knows? But like, I think that's an experience thing too. Of like, I took this upgrade once and it really kind of sucked. Like I'm not gonna do this one again. But I see this one, like I see tank treads for the turrets. I'm taking that every single time, no matter what the other ones are going to get, because it's just incredibly strong. So
Yeah, I'm gonna say right now for weapons, I usually concentrate on damage percentage and reload speed.
yeah.
Fire rate, I haven't really cared about as much.
Sometimes it's
'cause
good for that, but like not always.
It can be, but a lot of times it's like, all right, cool. I just dumped all my ammo, and now I have a 30-second reload cycle
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I'm waiting on, kind of thing.
My
So,
reload speed
yeah,
still sucks, so like that doesn't help anybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then outside of weapons, like if I don't have a weapon upgrade, I usually try to get like the pickup area.
Pickup
or
radius is
anything that
really good. Yep.
Yeah, pickup radius and anything that increases XP gain.
Mining speed
so
I also
far.
really like, because that, especially as you get deeper into a run, sometimes you're like, I just need to mine into this wall to get away from this giant wave of enemies that's hitting me. I gotta mine faster than they can move. So
That's actually been super nice if you got a decent weapon set going. If you just start mining a tunnel and then
Yep.
everything starts to funnel through there,
Yep.
and then it's just a killing field right
so
there.
yeah.
But yeah, now that I know that certain weapons unlock with whatever class you're playing, I do have for the scout I unlocked. Oh crap, I didn't write these names down. I unlocked the second version of the scout, and I have the
Yeah.
second version of the gunner.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at right now with everything,
Nice.
and I'm just kind of putzing along, just trying to find something that feels good.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and like getting the experience of like, I like this weapon a lot. I don't like this weapon very much. Or like, this weapon's okay, but it's only really good if I have this other weapon, or like these drones or these upgrades. Like, just
Yeah,
trying to
'cause
finding your loadout.
there's a couple weapons at first where I'm like, well, this gun kind of sucks.
Uh huh.
and then once I've updated, like the one that shoots out in 4 directions,
Yeah.
I'm like, that gun kind of sucks.
Yep. 100%.
But then I got it to a point where I upgraded it in a weird way, and I'm like, actually, this isn't horrific.
Yeah.
You know, so
That gun is like, that gun is okay, and I had seen the overclock once, and I didn't take it, and I finally found it again this week, where bullets fire in a spiral pattern. And when
I think that was the one that I unlocked.
Yeah, and I originally
Yeah.
saw it, and I was like, this is stupid. Like, why do I want to do that? But then I didn't realize it's always coming out of you in a spiral pattern constantly. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's actually a really huge, very strong upgrade. This gun is way better than I thought.
Yeah, so I like so far that at first blush, everything's like, okay, yeah, there are certain weapons where, like, if I see it pop up, I'm grabbing it.
Yeah.
But so far, there hasn't been that weapon just straight up sucks, and there's no helping
Right.
it.
Right.
So far for me.
Right.
You guys are obviously a lot further, so I'm sure you guys have come across something, or you already have your preferred builds that you're running.
For me, I have run into some of those weapons, but like every time I pick them up, I'm like, all right, it's level 3. It kind of sucks. Most of the guns suck at level 3 anyway, so I'm going to try and get it up to 18 to see if I can get that like high level overclock that significantly changes how the weapon runs. And
yeah,
I'd say more often than not, you get to the point where you get it to like maybe level 12, maybe level 18, and you're like, all right, I've invested some upgrades into this. Like, boy, the reload speed on the base weapon really sucks. And I've done some investment in getting the reload speed up. It's actually a pretty good weapon now that I can reload it more than once every business day. It's like, all right, that gun's pretty good, but like you got to kind of min-max with what you're upgrading. And some weapons start out really good, and you get some upgrades, and you're like, oh no, I'm breaking this game wide open. This is ridiculous. So that's kind of a fun part of finding these weapons, of being like, all right, yeah, okay, I got a new weapon. I haven't seen this thing before. Let's try it out.
Yeah. The last thing that I have is I have found an enemy that I just absolutely hate.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember the name of it, but it's an elite enemy, or what I'm calling an elite enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the one that is constantly barfing out green liquid.
He sucks. The one where he's rolling in a ball and then barfs out.
Yes.
He's impossible. I hate him so much.
It wouldn't be horrific because they show it spitting in an arc.
Right.
It does not
actually
spit in an arc. It's a straight line.
Yeah.
Because I've had it where I was like, okay, let me get underneath it. And I'm like, why am I still taking damage? Yep. And this thing will sit there and spin, and it's just constant barf.
And it spins very quickly. It's called like the Canary Shellback or something like that. Like it's a huge shellback. But it's a nightmare, man. I hate that thing so
especially
much.
When you're trying to get away from it and you're digging and you see it throw up, and you're like, oh my god, I'm not going to outrun this thing.
Yeah, I hate it so much. It's the worst.
It hasn't ended a run yet, but it's come real close to ending runs for me.
Yeah, it's a real so-and-so. Yeah.
But outside of that, though, I'm still having fun. I think I'd seen... Can you upgrade the equipable items for your characters? Because I thought I saw a button for that, but I'm not sure.
I actually went through that this week because someone had mentioned it, and I was like, oh, yeah. I didn't realize so the gear system is fine at the beginning, and I kind of like didn't pay attention to it because I'm like, I'm gonna do smart equip, and it's look how much stronger I am, yay! And I like don't care about synergies or build or anything quite yet. I am now, but the thing I didn't realize originally is the game kept telling me, hey, if you have old gear, just go sell it. I was like, I don't care. It takes forever to sell it in the interface. I don't care. I'm not really interested in that. What I didn't realize is you should be selling it pretty often because it gives you meta currency. Like the stuff you mine in the level, selling your old gear gives you those materials. And I was like, oh. That would have helped to know way earlier. So like I would suggest if you're even at like level 10, start selling your like level 1 through 5 stuff. That's just going to give you gold and meta currency. And I was like, oh, that would have been really... A tooltip probably popped up telling me that, and I didn't read it because I don't read them because I'm just getting into the next level.
I think,
But
is it the number that's at the bottom right next to where the little color
mhm.
splashes when you look at the actual thumbnail? Is that number the level for that
Yeah, that's
item?
like the
Okay.
gear level for
So
it.
I think most of my gear was around level 20 so far, but I
Okay.
do have a bunch for same reason for you, where I'm like, I have a bunch of this gear that I can sell, but it's kind of a pain to
Yeah, like I don't want
individually
to.
sit here
You
and
can't pick
sell. Yeah.
multiples to sell them, which I wish you could. Or like you can't. It's just kind of a pain. But once I realized they give you the meta currency, I was like, well, I'm gonna sell all of this stuff. I'm selling it. It's a fire sale. Like get
Yeah.
out of here.
Probably gonna have to spend the next 5 hours selling
Yeah,
stuff.
it turned out to not be quite that bad. Like once I got into a rhythm, it got okay. But on the inverse side, you can upgrade individual gear stuff, and I was like, well, that's great because I don't have my legendary item equipped anymore because it eventually just like fell to the wayside when I started getting blue and purple stuff that was stronger than it. I'd love to bring that thing back up to where I am now. I think it's like 30 or 35 gear level, and I'm in like 55 to 65 gear range. And I
Okay.
was like, I could just spend some whatever to bring it up. Um, the upgrade materials required for that are the meta currency. And I was like, oh, well,
Nice.
I
Okay.
don't want to spend those yet because I want to invest those in the meta progression grid.
Yeah.
But once I max those out, now I'm happy to find out that I have somewhere to spend those things later to kind of bring my favorite gear or my gear set or my build or whatever. I can keep bringing that with me if I find stuff I really like. So that
Can you
good.
can you lock gear so that way you don't accidentally sell it or anything?
That's a
Do you
really
know?
good question. I don't know. I don't know if I've
Okay.
gone and
I'll
looked
take a look
because a
afterwards.
lot of it has been like all of this gear at like level 30 that's green. I can just sell that stuff. Like all this
Yeah,
blue
because that
stuff that's lower, I'll just sell all that stuff.
yeah, because I'm still at the point where it's like, okay, equip, auto
The
equip,
smart
whatever.
equip or
Oh,
whatever
cool,
it is.
stats went
Yeah.
up. Yeah, it's like because I'm not. I'm. Sounds like there is actual. Is there like Oh God, why can I not think? Is there like brand bonuses kind of
Oh,
thing?
not that I've seen. I
Okay,
even with my legendary one that I have, it seems like as the gear gets higher rarity, you just get more bonuses. The number of bonuses on each gear piece
gotcha.
goes up. It's not that and it doesn't seem like, and maybe this will be later, but I don't think so based on what Moon's been saying. It doesn't seem like, oh, if you equip six of the same type, then you get like a hidden set bonus or anything. It doesn't seem like there's anything there.
Okay,
So,
yeah. I am still not anywhere near that point because it's like, oh, cool, I got a bag of chips that increased my health by 25%
yeah,
or
and it's like
whatever. So,
two levels higher than the other one, so I'm equipping it. Like
yeah,
that's where I'm still at too. So,
pretty much.
which I think I'm
So,
gonna have to uh, figure out like more builds and more synergies because I'm getting into some stuff now that is real hard, especially the class masteries. So we've talked before. There are weapon masteries, which you unlock fairly early, and those give you really solid bonuses and benefits, but just for that one weapon. You have to go through, I think it's 3 floors with just that weapon. And for a
okay.
lot of them, it's just like, okay, cool. I just have a machine gun that I'm only upgrading. I'm finishing these 3 floors. This gun's at like level 50. Like I'm just chewing through everything.
I was gonna say,
Um,
at least it makes it so that you're constantly buffing up the one weapon instead of having to
exactly.
buff up several
Yeah,
weapons at the same
exactly. So
time.
it's
So,
really easy to get to 18 very quickly. You have biome masteries, which are 10 floors each, and you get a dreadnought at level 5 and 10, and then after level 5, elites spawn in pairs. So when you get the
ooh,
progress bar fills up, you have 2 elites that spawn. Um,
okay.
those aren't as hard as they sound as long as you have like good weapon masteries going. Those are just like an endurance thing of like I just need to keep scaling my character up and keep them healed and like I'll I'll probably be okay unless I have a real
Just
bad
keep
run.
kiting around the map. And
Exactly.
you'll be
Yep. The ones that I've been doing this week that are really something are the class masteries, which are you're going to play as a specific class. So, Nimp was mentioning the scout. There's the scout is a class, and there are 3 mods underneath it. So it's like the classic scout, the dodging scout, the something else. You're going to run a mastery with one of those specific class mods. So it'll be the classic scout or the dodging one or the whatever. It is a 5-floor run. It is on Hazard 3, which is already hard enough as it is. I'm fairly sure it's Hazard 3. Don't quote me on it. But a real wrinkle of it is you can't heal at all.
Oh, no.
In any form or fashion. No regen, no red sugar, no healing when you level up, no anything. The only thing you can do is get that 50% heal in the drop pod when you're going the store in between.
Okay.
And that increases its price every time you use it.
Oh no.
Those are really hard. I tried a couple of times to try and get one of those done, and I'm getting to like floor 2 or 3 and I'm getting wrecked. Like those
Just
are
limping out of the drop pod.
Yeah, like those are really hard. And I'm sure they would be easier if I would invest more in clearing out all of the weapon masteries I can do and clearing out all of the biome masteries. Because, like, the biome mastery that I completed for the very first one gives you plus 15% XP on that stage permanently.
So those stack even within the mastery?
Yes. So, you're getting...
I was thinking it was going to be like a clear filter slate kind of thing.
No, thankfully you don't, which is, like, really great because you have all of your meta progression for, like, the bars you're filling. Then you have, like, I picked up the Deep Core GL7 or whatever that sort of starting gun is, and I've done the mastery, so that does 12% more damage. And I picked up Stubby because I've done the mastery for that. That does 12% more damage, or like 7% more damage and 7% more fire rate. I'm getting 15% more XP because I have this biomastery. So like it's all starting to stack up in a way that feels really satisfying. But it feels like that's the way you stay ahead of the curve when you start getting into some of these more difficult stuff.
Gotcha.
Which is kind of cool because I like seeing like, I tried to do gate 3. That's not happening at all. I got destroyed immediately. And then you like invest some more time and some more materials in these masteries and your meta progression and stuff. A couple hours later, you go try it and you're like, okay, I wouldn't say this is easy, but I'm able to get through it. Like you said, limping out of the pod at the end of like, maybe I finished this run with 5 health at the end of it, but I did it and I finished it and I made it back to the pod. So that does feel really good that it isn't just play the game better. There is a small element of that, but there is a lot of an element of like, just keep investing in these systems, like keep investing in all of this stuff that interlocks with each other, and you'll keep getting stronger and stronger as the game goes. And I think that's really cool. So
I was like, because right now I'm just following, because each level has 3 challenges so far. I don't know if there's more that come in. I've just been going through and unlocking those as I play the game. So, and a lot of them aren't very difficult.
No.
Most of them, without even looking at the challenge list, I completed just doing the run and grabbing the stuff that I was supposed to be grabbing, and then I just got all 3 of them. So
and that stuff is going to unlock stuff in the milestones menu anyway, because every once in a while I'll be like, you finished 30 level challenges, you unlocked something new, and it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, on top of doing like all the other fun challenges that it's like, do like, what was it, 10,000 electric damage or elemental damage or something like that, or mine a bunch of like 20,000 rocks or something like that. And that's not within the run, that's just all time playing the game kind of thing. I'm at the point where it's like, do 100 million electric damage. And it's like, Dang. Okay,
Jeez.
I'll get there eventually. like you said, like
Yeah.
you're just working on it kind of on every run. So cool. I'll get there eventually, and I'll unlock some sort of overpowered artifact. Probably. That's sounds
Hopefully.
great.
Oh yeah, the artifacts are pretty
Mm-hmm.
interesting too. I haven't found an artifact that I'm in love with yet,
Oh,
but
okay.
there have been some pretty interesting ones of like, okay, you may gain additional experience mining. You
Right.
may find like red sugar or gold while mining. I did unlock the um what was it called? Golden tip ammo, I think it
That
was.
one's great. Yep.
Yeah, where however much gold you have, your damage is multiplied by that amount as well. Your
I
base
think it's
damage, I
like
think it
at
was.
1% extra damage for every gold you have. I think it's like
Yeah.
something like that.
So then that puts you in a weird situation where it's like, I've got 200 gold at the end of a run in a shop.
Right.
Is buying this thing gonna outweigh the 200% I've got running
Exactly.
right now?
Is triple damage better, or is this legendary upgrade going to be better?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's some interesting give or take with some of that stuff too. But so far, that golden one is the only one that anytime I see it, I'll grab it.
Hmm.
Everything else is kind of like, all right, yeah, I get extra, health leveling up or going into the jump
Yeah.
pod or whatever. So it's just
I
whatever
think if
for
you've
right now.
unlocked that, you'll start seeing more cool ones like that now that you're kind of deep enough into the game.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah,
yeah,
DRG Survivor, really great.
yeah, it's been a fun, interesting adventure.
Yeah, highly recommended. I think it's
Yeah,
really good. Yeah.
but that's all I've been playing this last 2 weeks.
All right, I'm gonna
What
do a
else you got?
quick update here about Dispatch. For anyone
Oh,
watching the
nice.
video version, I'm showing up like episode 2, so it's not no spoilers here. Episodes 5 and 6 came out this past week, and I've gone through those. Episodes 7 and 8 are going to come out next week, so that'll be the end of Dispatch. So it's 8 episodes long. Hey, Chris, come on, stop eating the plants. I gotta kick these two out. So, I'm still really having a blast at this point. I think it's still really great. I kind of can't talk too much more about it because it's all story spoiler stuff, and I don't.
Yeah.
I'm at the point in this game where I don't know what the like base level story stuff is, or like where my story has sort of branched and converged from everyone else's. Um, I'm really liking the story that I'm getting. I really like the path the story has taken based on the choices that I've made. It seems like in some cases the story is diverting wildly, or like diverging wildly because of the choices I've made in a way where I'm like, man, I kind of want to see if I make this other choice here, like this other main choice, what does that look like? Like, how does the team respect me? How does that affect my job? Like, how does that do? Like, I'm
Yeah.
especially with all these episodes only being an hour. As long as the last 2 episodes are an hour long, it's like, oh, you can blow through this whole game in about 8 hours. So you could see all of the other choices you could make in just a handful of hours in a way that I think could be pretty cool. Um, I think my only very very small criticism at this point with the game is the dispatching part, the part where you're on the computer, is starting to feel a little bit too easy. Like not in a bad way, because I think as I'm getting deeper in the story, I don't want to get bogged down in the dispatching stuff, even though I do really like it. Um, but it feels like there are some points because I'm like maxing out my heroes at this point, and I'm like learning additional innate skills for them. Um, it feels like some of the stuff where I'm like sending one person out on a job that I'm pretty sure they'd fail, they're coming back with like an overwhelming success. That's like, okay,
Okay.
I'm not going to be too mad about it, but it's sort of like, well, I wish it was like, even later in the game, I wish there was like a little bit more friction there, but I'm kind of not mad that there isn't because I'm just invested in the story at this point. So,
Yeah.
Dispatch seems really great. I still don't know where the storyline is going to go, even though I only have 2 episodes. So there's 2 episodes left to go, and I'm really, really, really excited to see if they stick the landing, which I'm really hoping they do, because I do really like this game a lot. So I'm hoping it doesn't kind of fall on its face at the end here. That's Dispatch. I've one final game here. Ball Pit. You've seen this stylized as Ball Cross Pit, Ball X Pit. I went to go see.
This isn't We Roguelike.
I know, we Roguelike it Gaiden here. But I didn't realize this game was only $15. So I was like, okay, I'm looking for yet another roguelike to play on my stream. So might as well pick up one that isn't, $30, $40. If you haven't seen this, it's a roguelike that kind of combines a like town building run based thing with Breakout, like a block breaker game. So and that's
I really like that.
yeah, and it's not 100% like Arkanoid or a block breaker or anything, because you're not bouncing as the balls return to you. You're not bouncing them off of your character. They bounce off the stage behind you. Your character collects them and then shoots them back out automatically. So there's no real like benefit to lining up the stuff, which is great, because once you start getting into a run, some of these runs you are launching a lot of stuff out of you, and it would be nearly impossible to try and juggle all of that stuff. But what I really like about this game is it's just as simple as the thing I explained. You have a bunch of different types of balls that you're picking up and leveling throughout the run, and you are launching them out of you, and as you're leveling them up, you can pick up these like swirling rainbow things that will give you they're the chests from Vampire Survivors. They're going to give you like 1 to 5 upgrades for your either active or passive items, and every once in a while, if you have leveled up 2 things that evolve together, you've leveled them up enough, it will let you evolve them.
Cool.
It does have another little fun twist, though, where you can I wish I remembered the name that they give it. Fusion. So it's fission, fusion, and evolution. Fission is the one where it's just the Vampire Survivors chests. And fusion will let you take 2 weapons you've already maxed out, and you can't evolve them together. You just smush them together. And that will free up a slot for you to pick up a brand new ball type. So then you're launching even more ammo at the enemies and doing even more effects. That one took me a little while to kind of understand that, because that it didn't seem to have a real benefit to it until I picked up a ball that shoots like a laser either horizontally or vertically when it hits an enemy, and then fuse that with a ball that freezes enemies. That laser now freezes enemies. And it's like, oh, that's really powerful. Okay, that's super cool. So like it has that kind of fun thing of like, okay, you should just keep smushing all this stuff together, and you just need to keep like smashing all this stuff together and just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And part of what I think is so fun about this game is you see a bunch of enemies spawning at the top of the screen. They're slowly marching towards the bottom of the screen and marching towards you. If they get to the bottom of the screen, they start attacking you and start damaging you. But other than that, you kind of don't take too much damage, largely. It's just a lot of like, how fast can you clear these enemies on top? How fast can you do a bunch of status effects? It really rewards you for doing that cool thing you love doing in Block Breakers, which is getting the ball stuck at the top and it just ping-ponging wildly at the top, hitting everything. Like, that's really good, especially when it's like, well, now the ball does bleed and burn damage, and it's shooting lasers and freezing enemies. And now it's just doing that 50 different times at the top of the screen. So, like, all of that stuff feels really, really good. And runs, even when I have a successful run where I beat like the 2 mini bosses and the boss at the end of the level, that's a 12-minute run max. So like This isn't a thing where
What you're saying is this is a great PlayStation Portal in bed kind of game.
I'm playing it on my PS5 and I'm pretty happy. I could see how that would be a pretty good Portal game. But like it's definitely one of those that the runs feel exactly the right length, and even when they're successful, they really don't feel super long. And when they're not successful, which is more often than not, you're in there for maybe 2 or 3 minutes and you're bouncing out to do another run. It's like, okay, I lost that run. It was less than 5 minutes. I'm really not that mad about it. I can just do the stuff I'll talk about here in a second and then get back out and do another, 5 to 12 minute run and not be super mad about it. The other half of the game, which is the part of the game that I actually really like, and I kind of wasn't expecting to like this because seemingly everybody else really hates it, is the town building. So it's this thing where you have this giant town that's on these cogs, and you're raising it and lowering it down into the dungeon. And every time you're done with a run, you're building up this town that's basically just a dirt field. And how you're building like forests and rock quarries and fields of wheat and buildings that unlock new characters and stuff. But to harvest that stuff, you need to launch the characters that you've unlocked so far like you do one of the balls in the level. So, and you can only do that once per like building phase. So you're going through and you're doing a normal run, and then you're coming back, and then you're trying to find the perfect setup for all of your little tiles to bounce your unlocked characters around this map you've unlocked to try and harvest as much stuff as you can in one bounce. And then
why does everyone hate that? That sounds amazing.
It is amazing, but I think if you're looking for something that's like fully turn the brain off sort of thing, doing this like maximization of your town, I think for a lot of people is like, well, this isn't really what I'm looking for, which I'll get to in a second because I just unlocked something cool. But what I like about it is like, okay, if I bounce my characters like this, they'll harvest all 4 of these things and I'll get the maximum stuff, and then they'll bounce over here, and a bunch of them will bounce on this new building that I unlocked, because every once in a while in a run you'll find a blueprint. And so far a lot of the times the blueprint unlocks a building that when you finish building it unlocks a new character. And to build the building you need to have characters hit this building, let's say 12 times, which probably isn't going to happen one time you stop at the city building thing, but it'll probably happen over like 3 or 4 times. Which, like I said earlier, if you're failing a bunch of runs, like I am, you're going back to do that stuff in the town every maybe 3 or 4 minutes. So the restriction of you not being able to do more than one bounce in the town, to me, makes sense. And I'm sure because it only says like bounces remaining 1. I'm sure at some point in the end game I'll be able to increase that number. But I don't mind that restriction because in 3 to 12 minutes, I'm going to be back there doing that again. And because this game can be pretty challenging at the beginning, I'm probably going to fail that next run. So in 3 minutes, I'll just bounce a little bit more and harvest some more stuff, and maybe I'll get enough to be able to build the next building in town or whatever. So I also really like roguelikes that do this, where it's like the main gameplay of the game is significantly different from the other half of the game. Like Cult of the Lamb. It's just a regular roguelike dungeon crawler, but on the other side, it's Animal Crossing. Same thing with Moonlighter. It's a dungeon crawling roguelike, and it's a shop running simulator.
And you have your shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're selling the loot that you're getting from the dungeon. To me, I really like that back and forth, that kind of circular thing that more roguelikes are doing, because that way I don't get bored of either gameplay. Like at the end of a run, I was like, that was a really great run. Or like, I made it 2 minutes. Like I died right away in that run. I'm gonna go do something completely different, and then I'm done doing that. I'm gonna go back to the main game, and that for me that keeps everything really fresh. I played this for one stream, which was like 3 hours and change, and in that time, I found I don't remember what it's called. It's basically like a farm. And what that farm lets me do is I assign an unlocked character to it. So I'm removing a character from my like list of people that are bouncing around the town building thing. But every 6 minutes, it harvests all of the wheat in all of the surrounding wheat fields around that building. So you now turn this thing into, I don't really have to worry as much about bouncing my character on these wheat fields, because they're just going to collect it over time anyways. So like I can move all of this stuff off into the corner and now just worry about the buildings I need to upgrade, the forests, the rock quarries and stuff like that. So like it's nice to see that even as the game goes, even in the first couple of hours, if you're really frustrated by the need to bounce your characters around the town stuff, it seems like there's an out for at least I'm sure I'm going to get one for the forest for wood. I'm sure I'm going to get one for rocks for the quarry. And it seems like they've realized that there needs to be an auto collecting out for that at some point, of like, all right, people don't really like this. You can just have your characters unlock it automatically. So that feels really good that there's even another way of doing it. So
Cool.
I like this game a lot. It's $15. It seems to be on everything. I'm playing it on PS5. Haven't had any problems whatsoever. It's definitely one of those one more run sort of games, especially with the runs being so short. Even with them being success, is like, I got 5-10 more minutes. Why not? This run, I'm learning a new character and it's going super poorly. So I've got another 2 or 3 minutes before this game kills me. Like, why not? And it's super, super good. I do have to say, I really do like the style quite a bit. And it took me a while to realize, but the soundtrack is done by Amos Roddy, who did Citizen Sleeper 1 and 2. Nice. It's a very cool, very like, it still has that Amos Roddy sound to it, but it's a very different soundtrack, and the soundtrack is really killer. So that's Ball Pit. Highly recommended if you're looking for another one of those just one more run roguelikes, and you're looking to play something that's kind of a little bit different, a little bit unique here.
Now,
anyways,
if they all get to the bottom of your screen, is that an instant game over?
Not really, but they're going to do a ton of damage to you. So like,
Gotcha.
It technically isn't, but you're probably going to die anyway.
Okay.
Because they're just chunking down your health pretty quickly. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's Ball Pit. It's really great. That's all the games I'm playing. Let's take a break.
Woo.
Okay, what time is it? 4:00. Gosh. Let's get us all yapping about these great games.
I was gonna say, maybe picking up Ball Pit as well. That was another one that I had been kind of looking at before, but I was like, I'll wait. And then you're already talking about it. I'm like, man, that sounds really good.
Yep. And I think a lot of people
especially when you bring up the village building, and I'm like, oh my god, come on.
My weakness. I know, like, that's the thing that I think really pushed me over, is people saying like, it has village building and I hate it. And I was like, I'm probably gonna really love it then. Because in all these JRPGs, people are like, I can't believe I had to invest so much time in the fairy village to get the ultimate weapon. It's like, yeah, man. Yeah, that's the
actually
good
what I was
stuff.
sitting here thinking. It's like, so did you guys play like Dark Cloud or White Knight Chronicles? What do you think of the
Right.
building in there? It sucked. All right, cool. This is probably my jam.
Yeah. How about that, was it Breath of Fire 3, I think it was, had that, like, fairy
Yeah.
village you could build?
What do you guys think about Suikoden, huh?
Yeah.
The fortress building? What about the ship? Do you
It's
guys
the
like building the
worst.
ship?
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Are you ready to wrap this thing up?
I am.
All right. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk releases for the week of November 10th, 2025. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition comes out PS5, Series consoles, and PC. It's the usual Bethesda thing they do. It's the base game. It's all the DLC that came out, and they say over 150 pieces of Creation Club content. It's also Fallout 4's 10th anniversary, which does not sound right. If you were to tell me it's the 20th anniversary, I probably would have believed you. But I feel like that game has been out forever. I feel like if you're listening to the show, you've probably already played Fallout 4, so I'm not sure this is the package to kind of get you back into it. But if you haven't played it before, as long as this thing doesn't run like a turd, this is probably the package to get, I would assume, because it just has everything.
I was saying, it's funny because my son and I were just talking about that this past week about how they know, and they haven't for years, they don't release the quote-unquote Game of the Year editions anymore,
Right.
where it comes with all the DLC,
Yep.
which I really miss. But
Yeah.
now that they're doing this, and it's like, okay, so this is basically their Game of the Year
That's right. We're back,
version
baby.
of
Let's
Fallout.
do it. Yeah. Next game here, Luminous Arise, comes out on PS5 and PC. This is somehow we're getting a new Luminous game, and that's super great. I really thought after Tetris Effect and Tetris Effect Connected got so big, and after they made Humanity after that, I was like, well, they're probably off making other stuff. I don't think we'll see a new Luminous, but we're back. We're here, man. My wife has been playing a lot of Tetris Effect, so I'm probably going to buy this and see if she likes Luminous, because I think they're the same company that make them, but I've always thought that Tetris and Luminous kind of share the same DNA, that I think if you like one, you'll probably like the other.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you want a cool soundtrack to listen to while you situate everything?
Mm-hmm. And I was listening to, speaking of the soundtrack, I was listening to something, I think it was Nextlander recently, where they're saying that this isn't a licensed soundtrack this time. It's a soundtrack made specifically for the game. And
Oh, good.
they wanted to try that this time because they can sync up the levels and the music even better this time because they're making the music specifically. And I was like, great. That all sounds super good.
And also, it's not going to be a licensing nightmare where this is
Right.
going to be delisted by the end of the year.
Right,
Of
or like you can't
So-
stream it or anything because it contains
Yeah.
that one song. Like, yeah, it looks really cool, and like, it looks like Luminous, which I think is really great. Why mess with it when it was already pretty perfect? So,
Yeah.
that's coming out. I'm hoping it'll come out. I know that Sony usually helps them with publishing stuff. I hope it comes out on other platforms soon. I hope it's not like a whole nother year until it comes out on Xbox or Switch. So, fingers crossed. Next game here, we have Possessors, comes out on PS5 and PC. This is Heart Machine's newest game. This is the side-scrolling Metroidvania sort of thing. It does bear mentioning, though, that the entire Possessors team has already been laid off as they are finishing the game, which really sucks for a lot of reasons. The team has said they don't want you to boycott the game, though. Like, if you don't want to buy it because of that, that's fine. But they're saying like, hey, we will still see some money from this, and we do still want people to play this game we worked really hard on. So don't boycott it because we think that's what you want to do. So I think this game looks super cool. It has a really cool style to it. It looks like It looks like it has some fun movement, some fun combat to it. Really, really curious to see what this is going to be once it starts getting reviews. I'm probably not going to pick it up anytime soon because I just finished Silksong and I feel like I'm a little bit Metroidvania'd out, and the only one I would want to play is Shadow Labyrinth. That's that evil Pac-Man one that I'm hearing people say is a really great B game. And I'm like, oh, you don't say.
No. Metroid Prime 4 is just sitting there.
Yeah, man, I don't know about Metroid Prime 4. We'll have to see. I didn't even play Metroid Dread. Like I'm behind.
Really?
No,
Dread was pretty.
I never got around to it.
Dread was pretty good.
Yeah. I feel like if I get a Switch 2, that might be a really good place to play Dread. Like with all the kind of sharp edges sanded off of that thing.
Those Emmys suck.
They seem
especially
like
especially when they start tracking you through a map and it's like, oh, I need to get away. Oh, everything just went on lockdown. There is no getting away now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Next game here is Atelier Ryza Secret Trilogy Deluxe Pack. Whew. So,
at least they shortened it.
Yeah, exactly. So this is kind of two things at once. This is a release of the 3 Atelier Ryza games as deluxe games. So you usually see them like DX at the end of the title. Usually they have like new playable characters and new story scenes and quality of life stuff, and it's kind of like the buffed up bonus version of it. And then they're collecting them all in one big trilogy. So you're going to get all of the Atelier Ryza DX games together. I think you can buy each one of them individually as well, but I'm not.
I added a note to your thing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, they're $39 each or $89 for all 3.
That's a steal for all 3. Wow,
and that's across the board. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good price there. So,
and they go on sale a fair amount. They don't go super deep. Even the older DX ones, I think the lowest they tend to go is maybe 60, maybe 50. It's been a while since I've tracked them. So you can usually get about $20 off from the trilogy pack. But if you're still playing on a PS4, the PlayStation version that you buy gives you access to the PS4 and PS5 version.
Oh, great.
It does not do that for the Switch. It's still Switch.
That Switch
2.
upgrade thing is just real. It sucks, man. Like,
yeah,
it's the most Nintendo thing possible. It's a real bummer. Gosh.
But yeah, they're $39 individually across the board across all systems, and $89 across the board on all systems for all 3.
Especially the people love the Atelier Ryza series. Like those are 3 games people really like.
Yeah, it's pretty much been like the general opening for everyone, where it's like, hey, these are actually pretty, like, this series is pretty decent. It's a pretty good introduction to it.
Yeah.
Cause if you're not a sicko like me, where it's like, open your shop and you got 3 days to figure this out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Next up here we have Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 coming out for the Switch 2. These are also coming out in a couple of weeks on PS5 series consoles and PC. So they're coming out with a current gen version of Kiwami 1 and 2, which already had a last gen version. I'm having a really hard time figuring out, because it's Sega, what the improvements are when you move to the current gen version from the previous gen ones. Kiwami 2 on PS4 at least only runs at 30 frames. I was hoping that Kiwami 2 on PS5 would run at 60 frames. They are not mentioning that at all. The only thing they're mentioning is it's in 5 new languages. It's like, yeah, that is very good, and I'm glad you guys did that. But does it run? I don't even care if it's 4K at this point. Does it run 1080p 60? That's really the only thing that I am interested in. So
yeah,
we'll find out at some point when people review them, I guess. So
are they running these on a proprietary engine, or are they on? Okay, Because I was wondering too. It's like, well, I wonder if this is like their introduction, like everyone else has been doing. It's like, oh yeah, this is the Unreal Engine 5 version
Right,
of,
right.
you know.
I want to
But
say it's been their own engine, but
okay,
I don't know 100% for sure. I would have to look into that. That's a really good question. But
I mean, it still looks good from the
it looks
video that
really
you're
good.
showing.
Yeah, yeah. Like it, even at 30 frames, the Kiwami 2 looked really good. So, I will still say though, with this coming out, Zero Director's Cut is also going to be coming out on current gen platforms at the same time in a couple of weeks. I still recommend starting with Zero. You don't have to play the Director's Cut. The stuff they added really doesn't improve the game whatsoever. So if you can find an old copy of Zero for cheap, start there or start at Yakuza Like a Dragon. Either one of those is really great. You should play these games though, especially with
Everyone needs. Go ahead.
especially with Kiwami 3 coming out here in next year. They're kind of marching right through these games and
Okay.
cleaning them up, which is really great.
I was gonna say, yeah, everyone needs to experience Majima everywhere at least once.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. Next game here, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 comes out PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series consoles, and PC. We don't run into games that often on the show that kind of need no introduction, but this is really one of them. It's the new Call of Duty Black Ops. Like it's the near future modern war sort of fantasy war thing. That's
Fantasy war.
yeah, like I don't know what they even call them anymore because our existence is horrible. But like
I don't know. I would love to see a medieval fantasy war.
that's
Call
just
of
doing the
Duty.
Dark Ages. But yeah, like it seems like it has all this stuff of like call campaign. It's got zombies. It's got the multiplayer. It's got that guy from Heroes in it. Like it's got the whole thing. So these are not games for me. So I really don't super understand. So you know,
I'm not planning on getting it, but maybe a year from now, I'm like, hey guys, Call of Duty 7's pretty fun.
yeah, it's pretty fun. It's $10. Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually how I come into these
Right.
now. So
It's probably the best way. Yeah.
yeah.
Next up, Monster Hunter Stories and Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin are coming out on Xbox One. I was really hoping that Moon was going to be here because I have been curious to see if he has played these games before as our resident Monster Hunter fan. These are the turn-based RPG Monster Hunter games, which I thought sounded really fun because I thought that sounded like a cool way for me to get into a series that I really don't need to get into for like a loot grinding perspective. But I thought, oh yeah, well, you know, like play a JRPG, no big deal. These seem pretty cool, and I have wanted to check these out for a while, but I just have not had the time to get into RPGs in general right now. So I'll just play 200 hours of a Bullet Heaven. Thank you very much. Yeah. Speaking of a Bullet Heaven, I almost regret announcing this, but Deep Rock Galactic Survivor is coming out on iOS and Android. I'm sorry for telling you that. That seems like a really dangerous place to play that game. Godspeed. It's
Get yourself a backbone and
that's right, and an extra
ready on
battery.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's coming out this week as well. We only have one quick news story here. Shock of all shocks. I just closed the news story. That's the least shocking thing. GTA 6 is delayed again. Instead of it coming out in, I think it was March 2026, it's now coming out November 19th, 2026. So almost an entire year from right now. Whole lot of press releases, whole lot of investor calls, whole lot of blah 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 about it. It just needs more time. Needs more time to cook.
Yep.
That is really the long and short of it once you cut through all of that stuff. So it's been really funny to see like Take-Two being like, oh, you know, it's still in the same fiscal year, and like it's placed really well in the calendar year, so we're still pretty happy with it. And it's like, you're going to be printing hojillions of dollars for this game. Of course you're happy whenever it's going to come out. You don't care. Like, sure, the investors will like be a little bit upset it won't come out in the first quarter of this year, but it's still going to come out. They didn't cancel it, so it's still going to print billions upon billions of dollars every quarter for this game, and like without any doubt. So like I really love the like, oh yeah, you know, it's like it'll be fine, it'll be okay once it actually comes out. It's like, yeah, of course it will. It'll be just fine. You're not even really worried about it. So that was really the only short news story we have here. This episode has gone on way longer than I thought it was going to. So let's get on out of here. I do want to tell you all about TVGP.tv. That's the place you can find and follow us on the right-hand side of the page over there. Don't forget to join the Discord server, discord.tvgp.tv, especially if you want to join the Video Game Publisher Fantasy League for next year. We're sort of voting on what we want our rules to be for next year, sort of getting everything all settled for that. We had some stuff we didn't really understand until we got into it in last year's or this current year's league, so we're changing the rules a little bit, seeing how that turns out. And you know, if we don't like them, we'll just change them the year after that. It's all good. It's all chill. Also, don't forget listener supported show e1m1.cash.
The ones are numbers.
$5 a month tier is a recommended one that gets you everything. Anything above and beyond that is greatly appreciated. Don't forget about the Patreon open house. If you want to get a little sneak peek of all the stuff that comes out every week and every month on the Patreon feed, you'll be able to get over there for free for the entire month of December. If you can't support us financially, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow on the YouTube channel or the Twitch channel. All of that stuff really does help. The stuff that helps the most is rating us positively and reviewing us on your your podcatcher of choice. That really does help, especially for discovery, for people that are looking for a brand new show over there. I think that's it, so we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty. Nimp, what do you have for titles?
I have Bob Propels, Limping Out of the Pod, The Dispersing Part, and We Roguelike It Gaiden.
Alright. We Roguelike It Gaiden. I guess that's actually what most of this episode was with DRG Survivor.
Yeah.
I have My Personal Painting Collection, Issues with Reading Comprehension, Doing Its Job of Gatekeeping, Bob Propels, and We Roguelike It Gaiden. I kind of like We Roguelike It Gaiden.
Yeah, I'm fine with that or the gatekeeping one.
Yeah, my only thing about gatekeeping is I felt like most of the titles from this week were a little lengthy, like a little longer than our usual stuff.
I don't even know.
I see you researching something.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to circle We Roguelike It Gaiden.
Yeah, for my non-coherent thought.
Yes. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 942 for November 10th, 2025. We Roguelike It Gaiden.
You know that Ryo Hayabusa is also in Left 4 Dead?
All right, thank you so much, everyone, for coming and hanging out, listening and watching, etc., etc. We do greatly appreciate it, and we hope we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.